To the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and today we're listening to Cheryl Lynn, Got to Be Real. Now, I've heard this song. This is an anthem, an anthem's anthem. And my parents, this is something my mom and dad would listen to. This is just one of those ones. I'm recording this. It's a Friday. This is my last record of the day. And I like to leave with like this type of dope vibe, like, ah. But with reactions like this, when I go back and revisit some of these just anthems, I want to go over stuff that I never knew about the song. Do you guys know who co-wrote this song? Some of you guys do. But for me, it's baffling because the person who co-wrote this song, like I've done reactions, he's from a group. He's from a group, a big group. And I was just like, no freaking way. Anyways, we're going to get into some of the facts about this song and, you know, a few things behind the scenes that I never knew until right now. I'm going to read them and go over them as we vibe out to the music on this wonderful Friday. So if you guys are here to revisit Cheryl Lynn's Got to Be Real, like, share, comment, subscribe, and welcome back to the channel.
They tease him a lot, black peas on the spot. Welcome back, 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 welcome back. 40.
All right, let me get this logo down and pull the video up. Don't forget to support the original content on the channel. If you want to check out my family travel vlog channel, holla, or my commentary channel, Pegasus vs. the World, I'll link those. But all the music and the music reactions happen right here on this channel. If you want access to the reactions early, there is a link in the description to our membership. Gives you early access. I update it every day, and there's a big catalog in there. So, hey, thank you for your support. Huge shout out to all the members on the channel. Let's get this one started. Bro, this is an anthem. We gonna vibe to the music. You know, I haven't played this in a while, but this is just something like my dad will put on like those, I don't know, they're like these playlists. You know, he listens to a lot of gospel music still, you know, so when I go visit him, but this is just that type of music where whatever he's listening to, smooth, whatever, or whatever he's on, this is just one of those joints. But man, it surprised me when I found out who co-wrote this. So that's kind of wild. Let's go. Cheryl Lynn, Got to Be Real. Let's vibe. Oh, before that, go listen to this without me. Reactions are never a substitute for the original, you guys. Go support the original content creator. Yeah, let's go.
What to find? I think I love you. What to feel now? I'm gonna need you. What to know? To be real. Ooh, your love's for real now. You know that your love is my love. My love is your love. Our love is here to stay. What to think? I love you. What to feel now? I need you. What to know? To be real.
Let's go. So beyond the remarkable vocals she has, right? The amazing voice, the projection, the freaking power, the intensity, and how she's like, and just keeping it, the instrumentation, bruh, the complexities and the different instruments in the production is so fire. Now, this is what tripped me out. This is the biggest, and y'all, hopefully I got my facts from the right place. So if I'm wrong, fact check my ass. Guess who co-wrote this song? David, I don't even know how to say his name. I think it's Page. David Page from Toto co-wrote and played on this song. And we're thinking, think about the piano, the bass, the horns. There's so much in this. It's just and this is a pop hit. This is a funk, like a disco funk anthem. And sometimes before I started doing reactions, you take for granted how much musicianship is going on to make these huge hits. Because in present day, a lot of times it's just a producer, and maybe the producer can play the piano and do a melody. But there's this took so much. Anyways, let's go into this. David Page, the guy behind hits like Africa and Rosanna, he co-wrote Got to Be Real with Cheryl Lynn and David Foster and played keys on the track. It's wild that two soft rock legends helped create one of the most iconic disco funk anthems. Bruh, that kind of blew my mind. And y'all let me know. And the reason it blew my mind too is because, hearing hearing Africa at some capacity, but not knowing the group's name and kind of diving into Toto and totally falling in love with Hold the Line and stuff like that. And then it just syncing up with something that I'm very familiar with. These musicians really were behind the scenes just creating dope art for other people, and not, they probably they got paid behind the scenes for, doing what they did, but not needing to be the poster boy for it, and you just not knowing. I didn't know that. Maybe you did. Maybe, a lot of you guys are on some music experts. So, the other thing I didn't know is that Cheryl Lynn, the lady who sung this, was discovered on a Gong show. She was signed through a traditional channels. In 1976, she blew the judges away singing You Are So Beautiful and got a perfect score. That TV moment directly led to her getting a record deal. Not many classic R&B stars can say they came up through a wacky game show. That's nuts. Now, this is one that keeps popping up. This was almost a B-side. We saw this with another revisiting or even reaction we did where these songs are larger than life, and they don't know. They're listening to all this music, the A&Rs, the directors, the producers are like, this isn't the one. Imagine hearing that, what we're listening to, and saying, that's not the one. Got to Be Real was originally meant to be the flip side to her debut single, but after people kept responding to it more than intended, A-side, Columbia Records flipped the script and it became a smash. So, it's just wild. There was one other thing I saw on here. The bass line was played by legendary session player Abraham Labril, which I don't even know who that is, but I just thought that's when you say legendary session player, and now I'm starting to understand what a session player is. I'm like, oh, so this song had a lot of different elements to it. So you're kind of like, no wonder it's this big. But for you to have all these elements to it, but then be like, it's a B-side, is just crazy to me. He's considered one of the greatest bass players of all time. He's done work with Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, and Herbie Hancock. That groove you feel deep in your chest, that is him. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let's vibe. At the end, I was, wondering some of the songs that might have been sampled, because I felt like, how they redid Ladies Night and stuff. That was more in my era of the early 2000s. I asked also, what was this sampled in? And it brought up some interesting things that I didn't know as well. So I think that'll be fun. But let's rock out, man. It's Friday. At least I'm recording this on a Friday. I don't know. I need to start remembering to put these out on Fridays, because that's the vibe. Anyways, let's go. I didn't remember this much instrumental being in the song. Like, it's just like time to get down and dance. Like, get to it. Yeah, I don't remember that. There's your boy, David Page, right? Oh, snap. Is the song over and the rest is just a jam session? That's crazy. I don't remember that long instrumental. In the age of AI, artificial intelligence, how important is it to say got to be real? Oh boy, you see what they did to us here on YouTube? They recommended Toto, Africa. They knew, which would lead me to believe that then you guys knew. You knew. I didn't know. I was like, damn, do you know who co-wrote this? Ah. You guys are like, duh, Pegasus. The hell's going on, man? Anyways, fire in the hole. Oh yeah. Let me bring this up. So I asked, who sampled this? Father MC, I'll Do For You. I don't remember that. Probably the most well-known hip-hop sample. The beat is built directly off Got to Be Real. Mary J. Blige also sang the hook. Actually, I probably do know that. That's crazy. I'll Do For You. I got to go back and listen to that. But this one kind of tripped me out. Will Smith getting jiggy with it. While it mostly samples Sister Sledge's He's the Greatest Dancer, the groove and bass line are heavily inspired by Cheryl Lynn's song, and it's often associated with the same late 70s, early 80s funk vibe. And I thought that was interesting how in the 2000s, rappers were getting producers who were remaking or respinning these really big hits, right? And what I'm also realizing is like there's this trend, like there's cover songs from rock groups, from country groups, from R&B, singers and stuff that transcend time. But there's also like, anyways, this is too long of a conversation to get in because there were rock artists who were stealing or borrowing things from blues artists. There's always been this transfer of the music. And so I see people get on hip hop where they'll be like, yo, that's stealing. But then I'm like, hey, man, you're not talking about your favorite rock band who literally stole or borrowed ideas from these people who were playing the blues. So it's just kind of an interesting conversation. However, I was just like, it's a tip of the hat, when rappers are sampling it, then it reemerges. And like, even with me, then now I'm going back looking for where this music came from. The music that I grew up on, like when Tupac and this connection with Bruce Hornsby, I think it's a great tip of the hat because someone like me is going back and trying to discover where it came from. And then you get those aha moments. That's just me. I understand if you have criticisms of it, fair play. DJ Premier times Christina Aguilera, Ain't No Other Man. While not direct sample, Premier has cited Got to Be Real as a foundational groove that inspired the kind of funk layering in the tracks. Graham Puba, I Like It, I Want to Be Where You Are, 1995, uses elements of the groove that feels reminiscent, though more subtle. So, there's a lot of different things there, but I thought that was cool. Because when producers, this is the thing, producers, not always are older, but a lot of them are inspired by older works. And these producers are digging in the crates and they're either emulating grooves, sounds, replaying stuff. And I think, I was in the era where I got to hear a lot of that. Nowadays, we do see it's funny because people will complain about hip hop sampling, but now that hip hop and rap makes original, synthesized sounds, keyboards, all original stuff, there's still rap is crap, blah, blah, blah. But I think I was in the era where there was a lot of sampling, a lot of remixes, and I think it made it fun. And also, you have to remember, like, some artists, that might have been their whole thing, but a lot of times there was way more depth to their music after the single, the remix released. There were cooler tracks, at least in my opinion, and some of the stuff I listened to. So, anyways, that was Cheryl Lynn, Got to Be Real. We went ahead and took a trip on back, revisited that joint. If you enjoyed it, like, share, comment, subscribe, and catch you on the next one.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ, boy.